Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Bowmaster619 here, looking like I'm on vacation. And today was actually a nice day off, so almost was. Today I'm bringing you a very special episode of Spirit Saturdays because when I went to my local Daveco earlier, I found something I didn't think was still around. This is Black Canyon Black. Right here in Colorado, it is a sour mash corn whiskey infused with barley, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof, distilled and bottled by Black Canyon Distillery, Longmont, Colorado. Now, if you have been following my channel for a while, you know that I have an original channel that I used to post in called Bowmaster619. And that's it. Nothing else at the end of it. It was just Bowmaster619. I don't know how well you can see that, huh? But 5 years ago, I did a mini-series on Black Canyon Distillery. It was a 3-part video series where I go in there and we do a brief rundown of the facility, how they started, what they've been doing, and we actually take a look around a tour of the entire place, showing the mash tins, the distillers, the bar, everything. And then the last one is when I actually taste several of the different whiskeys and liqueurs and such that they have available. Sadly, only a few months later, I originally filmed this back in March of 2018. Sadly, only a few months later in December, they would close up their shops forever. Which, you know, honestly, I think is always a shame when a cool company like that goes under, but to each their own, they decided to retire. And I actually have a quick little story here about that. I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can look it up yourself if you are interested. But Long Tucky Spirits releases The Last Waltz Colorado Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Long Tucky has acquired Black Canyon Distillery's bourbon barrels. After 8 years of making whiskey, the owners of Black Canyon have decided to close their doors, but Long Tucky will carry on their tradition with the Last Waltz Colorado Straight Bourbon Whiskey. The single-barrel bourbon, formerly known as Old Blue, will be re-released as the Last Waltz, a perfect blend of barrels produced and bottled by Long Tucky Spirits. We hope to pay tribute to Fred, Susan, and all the Black Canyon supporters. Each batch will be a blend of 4 barrels totaling about 1,200 bottles. Ooh, interesting. They actually have the tasting notes on here as well. Color, tawny, light amber. Aroma, oak, vanilla, dried apricots, and rye. Flavor, hardwood. Ginger, sherry, creme brulee, leather, and tobacco. Interesting to have leather in the flavor profile there, but it is what it is. Mouthfeel, silky smooth to earthy spice, and the finish is a long, lingering roasted coffee, toffee, pumpernickel, and Honeycrisp. Long Tucky retail price, $48. Oh, I think I've seen this one, actually. I didn't realize that is who wound up taking over for Black Canyon. So, as soon as I find some of that, I will definitely try and get my hands on a bottle, if they are still around, of course. But today specifically, we are cracking open one of the last surviving bottles. I'm having trouble speaking today. And what's interesting is, if you can see there, it actually settles on the bottom. I don't know if that's supposed to remain that way or what, but now as you can see, it's gone back to being solid black. So I'll give that a mix. Now, for anyone worried about there that I am potentially getting rid of something that could be very valuable and collective, I actually bought 2 bottles of this where I found it, and one of them is staying in my special, I'm already smelling that, my special collection, which actually has a few bottles of Bacardi 151, which is also discontinued. Wow! I'm getting a heavy smokiness in there. Coffee. Definitely nice coffee in there. can really smell the char. Probably the reason why it's black like this. I love that sound. I love the bubbly sound you get when you pour a fresh bottle. So here's my usual glass. Dark, much darker than normal. I'm actually getting a bit of that leather note they were saying from Old Blue. Not a lot of sweetness, surprisingly. Like I said, very strong in the coffee, especially like a dark roast coffee. Smokiness. That char really comes through. Wow. That's not very smooth on the sip. Woo-hoo! Woo! That does have a really silky smooth finish, like they were saying for the other one. I know it's not the exact same one, obviously, but obviously whiskeys from the same distillery can often have very similar traits to them. And this one does have a very nice silky smooth finish. It punches you right in the jaw, but very smooth on the ending. I haven't done a shot in a hard minute, so salut. Woo-hoo! That slaps hard. That slaps harder than your ex. Woo-hoo! No fruitiness, really, to that whatsoever. That is a very, for lack of a better term, dark whiskey. I mean, the flavor profile is deep, very robust, very heavy on the smoky, very heavy on the coffee flavors there. A lot of char. I mean, it almost kind of tastes like a good barbecue type whiskey. That would be something I could see them putting into some kind of a bourbon barbecue sauce, or something similar to that, or even potentially smoking some wood chips in that. Smoking? Soaking. Because wow, that is such a deep, robust flavor to that. It punches you really hard, but man, such a smooth finish. I love it. So, there's an absolute rarity, ladies and gentlemen. Black Canyon Black. Never thought I would see this again, ever. So I was very pleasantly surprised when I did. And as I mentioned, I bought 2 bottles. One to slowly enjoy. The other is stashed away with my other collectibles. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit of the history of Black Canyon Distillery. Please be sure to check out my original channel, Bowmaster619. You can find that in my featured channels on my page. Over there has all 3 of those original videos, as well as some of my older videos that are not featured on this particular channel. Please be sure to check those out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that usual YouTube guff, nonsense, whatever you want to call it, what everyone has to say anymore. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.